Kotaku is gay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next. Okay. So they're being Kotaku again. And they just recently pushed out this new article today talking about video game industry. Please name a woman, about how representation and women and this and that. And they're getting ratioed as expected. Let's suffer through this together and see what this is about. So they say here, dear video game industry, please name a woman. Why was this year so frustratingly regressive when it came to representation in games? Are we going to address the elephant in the room and the fact that the actual female characters are constantly made so ridiculously boring? They are, if you're existing characters, they are made uglier. And if they are new characters, they're just introduced ugly. So it's like we're getting these bland, boring female characters, and you want to cry about how there's not enough female characters. Don't even get me started with all the trans bullcrap. These same people saying that women aren't getting enough representation are also ones that believe that women should be replaced by these LARPing dudes in wigs. All right, so, oh gosh, this is gonna be a giant headache reading this. All right, it's been nearly a decade since Gamergate, the misogynistic game industry tantrum. Oh my gosh. That harassed women under the guise of demanding journalistic ethics. Yet 2023 has felt like we're not that far past it all. Okay, there are certainly more women working in the industry today than there were in 2014, and many of them are innovators in the space, like Sony Santa Monica's Mila Pavlin or Amelia Schatz at Naughty Dog. Does that explain why both of those developers make crap games lately? I'm sorry. Y'all can give me pushback all you want, and I keep saying this, and I will stand my ground on it. So I mean, with Last of Us, most people, especially Last of Us 2, a lot more people see the light on that. But God of War, this rebooted God of War stuff, that is just glorified walking simulators with pretty cutscenes and no actual substance to the game itself. Pandering to the exact people who have hijacked video games and just want to look at pretty pictures instead of play actual video games. Yes. All right. Let's just continue. Both are leaders in accessibility too, mind you. Bravo. Let's make this accessible to people who aren't gamers. That's who they're really making it accessible to. All right. Esports organizations are creating women-led teams. Mind you, these women-led teams are primarily men in drag. But let's continue. Sarah Bond is now VP at Xbox. No real comment there. I don't know who she is. And women streamers are raking in cash with exclusive deals and selling wine. I'm not going to touch that one. All right. Yeah, if you know, you know. All right. Women journalists are doing some heavy lifting when it comes to breaking stories, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought you're complaining that there's not enough women in gaming, and you're just naming all this. Not to mention, didn't they just drop a picture from Rockstar about showing 100, 200 girls in the front of the building? Oh, here's our employees, all these women. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is getting insufferable. Let's representation again in all ways. Throughout the year, I've been struck with a very frustrating form of deja vu on more than one occasion, as myself and others rush to explain the importance of prevalence of women in video games, blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe if they make female characters cool again. I have to do this every day. I have to talk about Lara Croft. If they make video game characters cool again, maybe you'd remember these characters, because we are seeing a lot of female characters in games, but they just suck. Sorry, they're not cool anymore. You wanted this. You wanted this. All right. This whole article is just it's a nothing sandwich. It is a nothing sandwich. I'm expecting them to actually list like, I want more of this. Why are there not more characters like this and that and the other? But that's not what's going on here. Instead, it's just a giant nothing sandwich just to complain. Oh, let's complain because women victim mentality. Let's do that. Let's dunk on Gamergate trolls. This is just a hate piece on Gamergate stuff because they're still not over it. Now, let's get a little background. Again, I'm sorry. Let's get a little background on the writer of this article. Okay, Alyssa. Let's see what Alyssa starts with. Before this gig, I was an editor at Games Radar for a little over 3 years, with the last year focused almost entirely on writing long-form features, previews, and interviews. Game Radar is where I went to drink for drink with Geralt of Rivia, interviewed the team behind the first trans woman character in Apex Legends, of course, and incessantly complained and moaned about Overwatch 2. Prior to that, I was the associate editor of an interactive content blog for a company called Saros. And before that, I got my master's in indoctrination in contemporary literature at Newcastle University, where my dissertation identified a queer and trans-led indie game. A queer and trans-led indie gaming movement that mimicked the queer core punk movement of the... Okay. I've read enough. I feel awful that I gave them a click. Please do not follow in my footsteps. Anyway, let's see some of the replies here, because this just says, "Dear video game industry, please name a woman." And then we have Jeremy here who goes, "No thanks." Vera Dark here. She says, "You say representation in games, yet proceed to not mention a single female character in a game. Only activist?" Valir, Sarai, I don't know a lot of these, just saying. Ada Wong, Ashley, assuming Ashley from Resident Evil 4, Songbird, Rosalind Myers, Peppermint, Corsica, Sarah Morgan, Marika Boros, Noel, Jill Warwick, Benedicta, okay. Harmon. I don't know almost all these. Samus, I know Zelda. I don't know Saga Anderson. Peach, yes. Okay. And then, let's see some more. All right. Carolyn here, who says, "Dear Kotaku, your consistent attempt at pandering isn't helping. Sincerely, a woman." We have Yellow Flash here, who says, "I can't wait for you to end up like Jezebel. It's only a matter of time." It's only a matter of time. I don't know how they've been afloat this long. Lorena says, "Dear Kotaku, as a woman, let me make this clear. I don't need your digital fish wrap site pandering to me. Bless your heart." That's great. Josiah says, "What is a woman?" Fair question. Adam Krigler says, "What were you trying to accomplish?" That's what I want to know, because that article was a giant nothing sandwich. Indy Andrew. Frals Finrear. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. "Dear Kotaku, go out of business. Sincerely, every genuine geek with a brain." Oh my goodness. We got Steph, "Dear Kotaku." Wow, I'm seeing a lot of like my friends replying. It's funny. I made this and I said, "Kotaku is gay." That did make some people mad. How do you... Oh yeah, look. Is this the author? I think this is the author. And she says, once again, asking Melanie to join me in Creator Clash next year, which is a fight. But I'll be real. I think she'd probably win. I can't compete with those shoulders. Like, what the crap? I ain't trying to fight. I'm just saying, what is this? Are you offended that I said Kotaku is gay? I thought you liked gay, queer stuff. I don't understand the offense there. Okay. Anyway. Gosh, I cannot wait. I swear, it's just like the bitterness and rage at actual gamers and wanting to waltz in and hijack it all and make it all queer. And in this situation, it was like, oh, here, let's talk about women. But there was never really anything of substance that was actually said in that entire article. I feel like I lost brain cells reading it. And yet these people have jobs. It's just activism, and it's backwards activism. I mean, here's someone pretending to care about women, but also somebody who just is on the front lines with this transgender movement and supporting the erasure of women. So make it make sense, please. All right, anyway, there you have it for today's video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. And don't forget to read your Bible today. Or if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. I read the Bible every single day. So anyway, thank you all again. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.